Ladies and gentlemen, patriots and friends, we have a great one for you today. And those of you who have been with my show for a long time, even after it's been restored or prior to it being taken away, we were on this election integrity thing heavy. And I think that's why we got kicked off. But we're back. President Donald Trump was speaking at the Christmas reception the other day, and he dropped a nuclear bomb in that place.
We are doing great, and prices are coming down. And the Democrats use this word called affordability. They look at the camera and they say, what are you going to do for the affordability? They keep saying affordability. Well, they're the ones that cause the problem, okay? They're the ones that cause the problem. That's all they're doing. They're good at cheating in elections, very good at cheating. They're professionals at cheating.
Watch this.
Because we won in 2016 by a lot. The election was rigged in 2020. We have all the ammunition, all the stuff, and you'll see it come out. It's coming out in truckloads. But then we won again in 2024 with an election that we called too big to rig. And we were leading big in the polls, but I said, go out and vote. You got to go out and vote. Make it too big to rig. And that's exactly, they tried to rig it, but they couldn't do it. It was too big to rig, too many votes. And we won every swing state. We won by millions of votes. We won the popular vote. We won the college, electoral college. We won something else by a lot. We won something else that was amazing, and that's called districts. So the country is divided up into
counties,
thousands of districts. We won 2,750 to 525. That's why when you look at a map of the election, the entire map is red other than two little blue stripes along the outer edge. One is California, one's New York. And California's election, New York also, but California more than any other place is so rigged. It's such a rigged election. You know, we won the Hispanic vote. So a lot of people say Republican wouldn't win California, but I won the Hispanic vote. I won in Miami. Think of that. In Miami, I won the Hispanic vote. Along the Texas border, I won every single city or town touching the Texas border, and they're 85 to 90% Hispanic. We won the Hispanic vote.
They wanted that border closed.
If the vote in California was legitimate, which it's not, they have 38 million ballots. Everything is mail-in voting. They mail out 38 million ballots, and they come in. Where the hell do they go, and where do they come from? It's a rigged election in California because we would win California by a lot. And again, they feel they have the advantage with Hispanic. They don't, because I won Hispanic vote. So we did something that was amazing. We made a comeback, and we got the most Republican votes in the history of elections. We won Texas by more votes than anybody's ever gotten to this. Well, I did number 1, number 2, and 3. All 3 I did in Texas and Alabama and many other states. We won. In many states, we have the all-time record for votes.
Yeah, President Donald Trump is dropping the goods, dropping it on them, letting us know that he has the goods. And the information is here. He has the DOJ, he has the FBI, so we should have all of that information. And it's going to be coming out, and some people should be going to jail. But let's go down memory lane. Let's see the demeanor of the news during the 2020 election when they shut everything down.
He is in Georgia, where they're having a big problem counting some of the votes. Mark?
Nora, this is an election return watch party here on the edge of Atlanta. These are mostly excited Democrats because when's the last time Georgia thought of itself as a battleground state? After record early returns and essentially a day of problem-free voting, there is now a hitch in the tabulation of votes. I'm standing in Fulton County. Fulton County includes a chunk of Atlanta. Downtown Atlanta is State Farm Arena, where the Atlanta Hawks play. They are tabulating the absentee ballots of Fulton County, Georgia's most populous county. A water pipe has broken inside the arena. They had counted 86,000 absentee ballots. We don't know how many more they have yet to tabulate, but all the tabulation of those ballots has now.
Yeah, Trump is leading, and the water pipe broke. Yeah, y'all remember that? Y'all remember the water pipe? They denied it after that. They turned around and denied that that they were reporting that the water pipe broke.
Stopped. We're told by election officials they may not finish tabulating those votes for a day or two. So depending how close the rest of the state is, we may not know the result of this critical battleground state for another day or two. That is because, again, a water pipe has broken in State Farm Arena. State Farm Arena is where they were counting the absentee ballots of Georgia's most populous county.
And that was one county. One county held up the vote for 2 days. Well, we know it's more like 7 days, close to 2 weeks. So they said that one county, just one county, was enough to hold up the vote. And we saw what was happening there in Georgia, in Fulton County, with all them black folks, Cobb County, Fulton County. All right? We saw everything that was taking place.
And now the tabulation has stopped. Big development here.
But Mark, do you know how many ballots we're talking about? What that means?
We don't know. We've asked that question, Gail, and we haven't got an answer for that yet. We know that there were 86,000, but apparently it's a very labor-intensive process. And what they are telling us is that it's going to take a day or two, which suggests to me
86,000. He said 86,000. You can't count. It's going to take 2 days to do that.
That they have a lot to go.
Yeah. The irony is that across the country, so many of these major league sports teams open up their arenas to allow people to vote and to do exactly what Mark has said, tabulate them in a big open space so they could be done quickly. But nobody accounted for the plumbing, I guess.
I was going to say, I'm no plumber, but it may be because it hasn't been used lately. It's not.
You see how happy they are? They know about it. They know what's really going on. And when they saw these shutdowns coming in, when they heard about the shutdowns, they know that they're working it. The plan is rolling out. They're so happy. Look at the smiles. Look at them.
It's not up and ready for the big turnout today.
And just to put this in perspective, Fulton County is a very, very Democratic county. Hillary Clinton won it by 40 points. So if there is a delay, it's going to be Joe Biden's votes that are sitting up in the air while they dry things out.
Yeah, well, all that was saying is that President Donald Trump had that giant lead that we just saw. He was up 56 to 41. Y'all just needed to tabulate the difference. That's all. That's what was going on. Y'all need to go out. Okay, we need 200,000 more. Let's go print them up. Bring in the trucks. Let's go over here. Y'all remember the mask? Y'all remember these? All right, y'all remember this? Miserable stuff?
That is right, Cheryl. Early this morning, we were told there was a water main break above the room I'm standing in here at State Farm Arena.
Those of you that were watching the election last year, 2020 election, this room is familiar. This is a very familiar room. We have evidence on video from this room over in this area and under these tables over here of what was going on, right? They pulled it out. They shut it down. They told everybody to go home. Go home. There's nothing else to do. We can't finish it here. There's a water main pipe broke. They sent everybody home, and then they came out, pulled suitcases from under these tables and from some tables over here, and then they started copying on these machines.
And right now they are counting the absentee ballots, but earlier today, because of that water main break, they lost about 2 hours of work on the absentee ballot processing. So they are trying to make up that time now. They currently are getting.
They're trying to make up the difference of President Donald Trump winning by close to 300,000 votes. They're not trying. Listen, 80,000 votes. You can do that in a couple hours with the people in there. That's nothing. I bet if they needed to cash out, so they needed to count $100,000 within an hour, they'll get it done in order to get that 100,000.
Through the absentee ballots, all the ballots being processed behind me are the ballots that were received today by the 7 p.m. Fulton County deadline, or state deadline, for absentee ballots to be received by the counties. They currently don't have an estimate of when the absentee ballot count.
Okay, that's cool. Let's go over here. I have another one for you real quick. This is Fox News calling Arizona early. And this was way before, most of Maricopa County here where I live in Arizona was even ready.
Arizona for Joe Biden. This is a big development.
Yeah.
The Fox News decision desk is calling Arizona for Joe Biden. That is a big get for the Biden.
That took the air out of my chest. When Arizona and Fox News did this, I knew. I was live. I was doing my YouTube, and I was on live with my folks, with my subscribers, and we was enjoying having a wonderful election party. And when Fox News did this, I was bamboozled. I was shocked. because not even half of Maricopa County was even counted at that time. Shocking.
Campaign. It's also signals that it's a good night for Mark Kelly, the Democratic Senate candidate against Martha McSally there. But Biden picking up Arizona changes the math, and it is the first of the night that goes into the column of somebody else's bucket that they thought last time was going to hold on to Arizona. There was a lot of effort spent by the Trump campaign to get to Arizona, to play there, to have ads there. And we are calling now the former vice president. If you look at the race to 270 electoral votes, Joe Biden is ticking closer at 218 to 148.
And it breaks apart that Sun Belt strategy. If you've got Arizona going to Biden, and Florida, at least, is the one that we know of so far in the rest of that Sun Belt area. We also have called Mark Kelly over Martha McSally in that race in Arizona as well. And just to mention one of the dynamics in Arizona, just one of many, but Cindy McCain came out in favor of Joe Biden, her close friend. This is obviously a state that has been very purpley.
Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna tell you something. This has to be rectified. This has to be brought to justice. The people who did this have to go to jail. Of course, they used the darkness of the virus, the COVID, and all that kind of stuff. But they told us, listen, I did a video years ago when Nancy Pelosi said that they're gonna send out ballots. They're gonna print up mail-in ballots, and that's what we're gonna send them out. We're gonna send them out to everybody. We're gonna do mail-in ballots. You never let a good crisis go to waste. This is what she said. And that was she was telling us that was the way they was going to steal it. Of course, with the machines as well, and ballot harvesting and all of those slick stuff. I mean, it was like death by 1,000 cuts. But people need to go to jail for this. And I think President Donald Trump says he has the evidence. And I can't wait to January for all those truckloads of evidence to come out. Let me know what you think about this video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. God bless.